Hey guys, welcome back. And if this is your first time, hi, welcome. My name is Ellie. And today I want to talk about what I'm doing while I wait on God. Let's just take a moment. Let's just take a moment. When I tell you, it is so hard to wait on God. I'm just going to keep it simple. To wait on God. Like, you are being tested. You are wondering, you are confused, you like there's just so many things, and I get teary-eyed thinking about it because I am currently waiting on God. And some days it's a struggle. It's a big struggle, and um I have to do things every day. I have to be intentional every single day on my heart posture, on my mindset, on my emotions, and make sure that I am being obedient every single day. It's so easy to, be on the lookout for the hand of God. It's so easy to do that. But sometimes we forget in the weight of what God is asking us to do. Sometimes He has already told you what He needs you to do, but you're getting so consumed on the weight that you have not made a move yet. And that was me. That was me. I was like, God, this is my circumstance. How am I going to get out of this situation? And as crazy as it sounds, I've been in that situation before, and I'm finding myself in that situation now. So I just wanted to make this video about what I do while I wait on God. Like, what keeps me afloat, what keeps me pushing, what keeps me positive, what keeps me going strong. And I hope that what I'm sharing in this video helps you too. So we're just going to dive right into it. First thing I have on my list, I'm going to try to be structured, but the very first thing that I think about when what I'm doing what I'm doing while I wait on God is I get moving. Like, I start moving. This can look like working out. This can look like going on a walk. This could look like getting up to clean the bathroom, decluttering your house. Whatever it is, I start to get moving. I find that whenever I'm soaking or I'm sitting down in my thoughts, I open up so much room for doubt, for insecurities, I just open up doors for the enemy to attack, to attack my mental, to attack my mood. And so I get moving. And in me moving, I feel like it really raises my energy levels, and I'm able I get through that day. Like, I don't even have much time to think about what my problems is because I'm moving, I'm doing something. And sometimes the tasks that you are doing, you feel like, okay, this has nothing to do with my goals. But sometimes I have found that whenever I'm doing something, whether it's decluttering my house or working out, it has nothing to do with my goals, but there was a clarity. There is a clarity that has been deposited in me after completing that thing. It raised my mood, it changed my vibration, it brought in some gratitude. Like, it just it just benefits me so much more to get moving than it does to be sitting down and soaking and waiting. I feel as though the time goes by so much quicker when you're not focusing on the clock and you're not looking on the clock, and you're busy, you're doing something. So get moving, whatever it is, whatever that looks like for you. Get moving. I get it, your circumstances are hard, it's tough. I'm going through a hard circumstance. I don't know how I'm gonna get myself out of what I'm going through. I feel like I've been waiting on God for so long. I get frustrated. Yes, I get it. But get moving, get work out, eat a nutritious meal, do something. There's something that you can do today that will help your tomorrow or help you today. There has to be something. So think about those things and get moving. Just get moving. And my next one that I do that really helps me, stay in the present moment, and just release, and because yes, we can get moving and things, but there's some days where it's weighing, it's you feel like, oh my God, I'm getting angry. You starting to doubt God now. It those feelings are real. It gets, sometimes you reach that point where you're at your breaking point. When I get to this place, I start the journal, pouring out all my thoughts and all my frustration. I'm pouring out everything. And I've heard this saying from a pastor, and ever since he said this, it has resonated with me so hard. Like, he said, when you go to God, go naked. And what he meant was, sometimes when we go to God, we'd like to filter ourselves, or we like to put on certain clothing, or we like to um you know not tell him exactly how we feel, like super cutthroat. We like to just fabricate it as much as possible so it seems pleasantly to hear for God. And what I have found when doing that is that you don't really get to relieve how you're really feeling. Like, I I had learned to view God like my best friend. I'm going to be super transparent, and that's how I take my frustrations to God. Like, I whatever I'm feeling, I just take it naked. I don't fabricate it. It's not like to view this in a negative way. It's to come as you are. Like, come exactly with as you are, exactly how you feel. And I feel like when you do this, it's just like this, it's like you're giving God everything. You're giving God the emotional weights. So journaling my thoughts really helps me. And journaling may not be your thing, but going into a secret place may. That's another way of just like talking out loud. When you're in the shower, when you're in your car, talk out loud. Express exactly how you feel and tell him how angry you are. And that's okay. That's completely okay. So yeah, just getting it out, confessing, coming completely naked, not fabricating. And if you guys want to know like what I use to journal, if you have iPhone, there's a journal app on the iPhone. I love this thing. Like, I swear. And I like the digital journaling more than I like writing, because I'm with I have my phone everywhere. Everywhere I go, I have my phone. I'm not going to always have a piece of paper. So sometimes I could be somewhere like my mom's house. The journal app is available to me at all times. So that's how much I use it. Whenever I feel the slightest anxiety, whenever I feel the slightest doubt, and I just need to get something off my chest, but maybe you don't want to vent it to someone, I journal it. I journal it right where I'm at. And it just really helps me to relieve this thing I have in me and just kind of reset. So this is a beautiful, beautiful and great tip. Like, if you are struggling with strong emotions from waiting, from the delay, journal it out. Like, express it. Go into your secret place, go into your closet, go take a shower and just vent it all out. Like, literally, like, use that as your venting session. Like, don't fabricate, just come naked. Tell them how angry you are. My next one is to consume less. But what I mean by consuming less is, sometimes when we're waiting, and we're waiting on God, and we are thirsty for a word. We're thirsty for an answer. We're thirsty for some clarity. We want to know something. Like, we don't like to be left in the dark. So we want to know something. So that's when we start digging into self-help books. We start looking at YouTube videos, in motivational videos. You start looking for prophetic words. You start scrolling on TikTok. You start looking at things to fulfill this lack that you feel, to fulfill, like, to give you some type of hope. Like, and I was guilty of this. I still do this. And what I have found is that when you're consuming and you're consuming and you're consuming, you leave no quiet time for God to deposit something in you. That's one. You leave no quiet time for God to put something in you, for you to hear God's voice, because you hearing someone else's voice. You are consuming something else. So consume less when you're trying to hear God's voice. A second to this is when you're constantly consuming, you ever found that you get super overwhelmed? Like you get super like, okay, I had enough. Like you start to feel overstimulated. You start to feel fed too much. Like it's like, like I'm just over this. Like it's because you have consumed too much. And you're not doing enough output. And I was watching this YouTube video, right? And this guy was mentioning how um, when you are consuming you are in a space of selfishness. You are in a space of taking rather than serving. Like you are more blessed to serve than it is to take, something like that. And that kind of gave me some clarity. And I was just like, wow, that makes so much sense. Think about the people that we take prophetic words from and we watch their videos and we consume their content. Well, they're providing some kind of value to us, which in exchange, we're giving them value back, which is our consumption, is our watch time. And they like, because they have given you value, now they're getting value back. That can be your attention, that can be your money, that can be something. Regardless, they're growing because they have output some value. They put out an investment, so they're getting something back. You know what I'm saying? Like you invested time to create a video, so now you're getting something back with watch hours, with time, with money, with whatever it is, resources. And that's how you have to start thinking. Like you have to start thinking about like putting out, like what value are you putting out for the value you're asking back? You know, are you tithing? Are you serving? Are you starting a small group? It's like I said, it's so easy to look at God's hand, but what are you doing with what He has given you? What are you doing with the tools that you have, with the knowledge that you have? Yes, you may not have the resources, you may not have the money, but there's some type of talent that you have that you can do, that you can help somebody. And you never know, these things can turn into value then added back to you. You can develop a community. There's so many things that can come out of you providing value to someone else. So when I started to shift my mindset into creating more rather than consuming, I'm finding that I'm a lot more fulfilled, and I feel like I'm closer to my blessings because I'm actually moving. I'm actually doing something. I'm actually providing value. I'm actually sowing seeds to then get a harvest back. You get what I'm saying? So that tip, once I've heard it, it has changed my mindset so much. And so whenever I find myself laying in bed too much and I'm scrolling too much, and then I start to feel like a little bit unfulfilled, or I start to feel a little bit of like depression coming in, or just like this low vibrational state, I instantly log off. I instantly close my phone. I just like, okay, what can I do as far as creation? I can do something. I can create something, do something that is going to provide value either for yourself tomorrow, for your family, for someone else. There has to, like I said, there has to be something that you can do to output value. And once you put your mind on that, you're going to see how you start to get a return in your investment. The next one is to find gratitude in what has already happened. Find gratitude in what you already have. Find gratitude on what has worked. Find gratitude around you. You can find gratitude anywhere around you. You could turn around. The fact that you're watching this video, you can find gratitude on the internet that you have to watch this video. You can find gratitude on the time you have right now to consume this video. The car that you're driving to work, did you have it a few years ago? You can find gratitude. Like there's gratitude around you everywhere. You just have to change your mindset. It starts with you. Like there has to be something that God has already blessed you with, and you are living in a answered prayer. So find gratitude in what you already have. Like I get it. I am guilty of it too. man, the weight will consume you so much and it will anger you that sometimes you turn a blind eye of the blessings you are currently living in. But you have to check yourself out of that, and you have to look around and realize how far you've come, how all that you have gained, all that you've been saved from. Like, listen, there's so much to be grateful for. And when you lean into a state of gratitude, you open up you open up the gates for more blessings to come in. Like, the God is like, wow, this is such a grateful soul, a grateful heart. I want to give it more. You have to get to a place of gratitude, and this is going to raise your vibration. This is going to raise your energy level, so you can attract more, so you can be in alignment, so you can think clearly for more. And yeah, and so my last one is, do what God has already told you to do. And this one goes into obedience. So God has been telling me, all right, I'm just going to share my story, right? So right now I am currently behind on a lease that I got into for my brow business. I had started this brow business in 2024, and then I didn't fulfill it, but I was still stuck to the lease. Until this day, I am paying on the lease. Well, because I am not making any money with that business, I am underwater with my lease. So sometimes I can pay it and sometimes I can't. I am just believing in God right now for a job. And I have only 4 more months of this lease left. I was doing great until about a month ago, where things just got rocky and things got tough, and I'm starting to be behind now. So I've been applying to jobs, and I just been praying to God for a job, so I can hold myself um until I get out of this lease, you know? Um I've been having interviews, nothing yet. I'm frustrated. God sees my problems. I'm like, look, God, I have to pay this lease. How am I going to do it? And I don't know. Like, he hasn't answered yet, but I know what he has told me to do. He has told me to start creating content. Now, before, I would be like, creating content isn't going to get me the money that I need right now. So I'm not going to put my energy into it right now. I need to put my energy into something I can get a return quick. So that's why I want a job. Well, I feel as though maybe I'm not getting this job yet because God wants me to be obedient and create my videos, create my content. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I am creating my content despite of what I'm going through, despite of the warfare, despite of the wait, despite of the delay, despite of my circumstances. I'm going to still create this video. And right now, I don't feel like I can offer anyone much. Like, I don't feel like I have much value to offer anyone. I'm struggling myself. But I have learned that everyone has a testimony. Everyone is in different stages of their life. Everyone is at different stages of their spirituality and their faith. And there's something that I know that you don't know. There's something that you can benefit from me now that you have not yet went through, but I have already went through it, even though I don't feel qualified. So me being obedient, I know what God has already told me. It don't make quite sense yet, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it. And when I tell you, me doing this, me moving in obedience, I have not seen my circumstances change yet, but I have a level of peace that does not make sense for the circumstances that I'm in right now. The level of peace that I have knowing that the circumstances I'm in right now is God. Literally, it is God. So this just goes to say, if there's something that God has told you to do, that has been on your heart, he's been telling you to do it. It's very small, it can be very big, it's a light whisper, but he's been telling you to do it. He's been telling you to do it, and you have not been doing it. You feel like it's not important. Well, guess what? He won't reveal your next steps until you do what he has already told you to do. So if you really are serious about getting out of your circumstances and getting to a place where you finally see the harvest, you need to be obedient and you need to do what God has already told you to do. And that is it. That is it. You just need to do what God has told you to do. But like I said, I know it's hard. It's a struggle. Some days I'm happy, bubbly, and at peace. The next days I'm in the shower crying. Some days I am like, God, like, why is it so hard walking with you? And the next day I'm like, I love my God. I would never turn my back on him. He is amazing. He is almighty. He is good. I go through my phases just like you. But one thing I would tell you is I do not want to be in partnership with Satan. So, however long it takes, however many trials I got to go through, whatever I got to go through to stay on God's side, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I already tried doing life without God. It left me miserable. I'm not doing that again. So, listen, can do without. I can look. It is. I'm just gonna have to write it out. I'm gonna have to. It ain't gonna be like this forever. I'm gonna just have to write it out. And I hope that this is your mindset too. So this concludes my video. If this really helped you out, if this really encouraged you, if this uplifted your spirit, if this gave you a new perspective, give me some feedback. I'm new to this whole YouTube thing. This channel is very new. Even though I started a long time ago, I just started posting. This channel is very new, and I love new insights on how I can grow, the things you guys want to see. Just give me some ideas. Give me some feedback on what you think I can improve on. Like, give it to me. Like, I appreciate you guys watching. And if you really, like I said, if you felt like this video really helped you and it gave you a new perspective, hit the like button and even subscribe. Leave me a comment, and I hope to see you again. Bye.